Hey everybody, Strider's back with another pre-game stats breakdown. Starting off on the red team, we're going to have Varus, Nidalee, Shyvana, Zyra, and Nasus versus the blue team, who has Caitlyn, Hecarim, Lulu, Diana, and Taric. At the top lane, right away, we're going to have Shyvana versus Taric. Really interesting team compositions, of course, but Shyvana mains top while Taric mains support. This should give Shyvana a little bit of an advantage, but then again, Shyvana's never been played by this person in Season 3, as to where Taric's been played by this person 31 times. I still think Shyvana should have the advantage just because she's familiar with the solo lane as well as top lane, and it's also Wingsofdeathx, and he's awesome at pretty much every top laner, and a lot of other champions. But then if we transition into the mid lane, we're going to have Nidalee versus Diana. Nidalee mains top while Diana mains caster, and so I think that is either way. A lot of top lane champions have been going mid lately, so it's pretty common for anyone that mains top to still be really familiar with mid. But Nidalee's been played by this person 39 times, as to where Diana's been played by this person 67 times. I think I'm pretty much going to have to go with the Diana on this one. I think she'll come on top of the game. Then if we go into the jungle, we're going to have Nasus versus Hecarim. Nasus mains support while Hecarim mains jungle. This should give Hecarim a huge advantage. Nasus has been played by this person only 2 times, where Hecarim's been played by this person 10 times, which still isn't a whole lot. But I'm definitely going to give the advantage to the Hecarim. In the bottom lane, we're going to have, for the AD carries, we're going to have Varus versus the Caitlyn. Now, Varus mains AD carry while Caitlyn also mains AD carry. Varus has only been played by this person 4 times, as to where Caitlyn's been played by this person 128 times, which is much more significant. So I'm definitely going to give the advantage to Caitlyn on this one, for sure. Then if we look at the supports, we're going to have Zyra and Lulu. Zyra mains caster, while Lulu mains AD carry. I think Lulu should have a little bit of advantage just because she's used to the lane and kind of knows how they're supposed to play. Zyra's been played by this person 237 times. So I'm assuming that she plays Zyra mid quite frequently. Lulu's only been played by this person 4 times. I think overall I'm going to have to give the advantage to Zyra just because she has a lot more experience as Zyra. But overall, if you add the wins and losses between both teams, you'll see that the red team has a 52.21% win average, as to where the blue team has a 53.48% win average, and both teams have about the same amount of games played. So again, we're going to go with the stats on this one and put my vote in for the blue team. Let's go ahead and get in the game and see what happens. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Strider's back with another slice of ELO heaven. Very excited. Wingsofdeathx is here in the house. But yeah, so it should be a very interesting match since he's playing Shyvana, not a champion we see very frequently. She was really popular for, I don't know, maybe like 6 months, maybe it was 6 months. It might have been less than that. It might have actually only been like 3 months. I think it was probably closer to 3 months she was popular for. I'm really excited to continually seeing Nasus, though, or Susan, because if you spell Nasus backwards, it's Susan. So you'll hear me call him Susan a lot. Let's see, who else do we have in this game? Fabbyy's pretty good. I do like Fabby. SJC, they're not bad. I don't actually know most of the other people. So I've seen a lot more people kind of rise up to the Diamond League, right around Diamond and Challenger lately. I think since most of it's based off your points and not necessarily your ELO, it just makes it, I feel it makes playing more games a lot more beneficial. So the more you play, obviously, as long as your win record or win ratio is more than 50%, even if it's like 50.1%, you're gonna rise up. I mean, granted, it will take a really long time, but you know, most professional players, their solo queue average is hovering right above 50%. You'll see like anywhere between 51 and 56%. That's pretty much standard for most solo queue players, as far as like Diamond Challenger League. So it's really nice to see it, because a lot of people can have that. It's just a matter of you playing enough games to where you will actually benefit. Like, your points will go up eventually. You just have to be patient with it. And that was one of the biggest problems that people had back in the day. They just couldn't be patient. And so they were frustrated at the ELO system. I don't really know why they were frustrated at it, because I don't know, it had some issues, but it definitely had issues since it's made for 1v1 and it's not really 1v1. It treated your team as one, but I understand using an ELO system for ranked 5s or ranked 3s because that's your team. Your team should be ranked as one. But with solo queue, where each person has individual ratings, it shouldn't be an ELO system. It should be something a little bit different. But then again, it's not like creating systems like this is an easy task. It took a doctor, I think. I'm pretty sure it was Doctor, some doctor with the name of ELO. I don't remember his first name or his last name. I think his first name was it? I don't even remember. I don't remember anything. Completely lost everything that I just had. Had this been a podcast, I'd be prepared for the statement, but I'm clearly not prepared for the statement since I'm just kind of winging it. But there are a lot of traps on the red team. We do have plants and Nidalee traps, so that should give them some basic vision. Granted, Nidalee traps don't really do anything unless they run over it, which is still fine, but ooh, actually starting with Spirit Fire, that actually doesn't really surprise me that much. Siphon Strike most likely will be the second spell that he gets once he hits level 2. And that trap is so beneficial. It reduces their MR, and it's really good, and so does Spirit Fire, I think. Spirit Fire may reduce their armor? Is that what it was? Reduce armor, yes, sorry. It was armor that it reduces. Either way, it's really good. Spirit Fire still does magic damage, so reduce magic damage, which increases when it's done by Spirit Fire, and then reduces its armor, and it's just, there's nothing you can do at that point. So it's pretty nice. I like it. What would have really been cool is if Nidalee put a trap in here right when he was walking over there, so could have leashed them a little bit closer, and then also got kind of a head start on the damage. And Nidalee throwing out spears, she's actually getting relatively low, which is very odd. Ooh, sorry, Taric is top, and that is strange. I would have assumed, I haven't seen a battle Taric in a really long time. It's been a really long time. I used to see AP Tarics pretty regularly, way back in the day. This is like long time ago. People used to run like Scion and Taric, which reminds me, I haven't seen Scion in forever. But people would play Scion and Taric on the same team, and that was like one of the most beastly teams that you could possibly have. It was insane. So good job by Diana just kind of backing off. She didn't have a ward there, but holy cow, that is a nice, just a little bit more damage. 24 HP, ending it. And Zyra, oh my gosh, almost able to pick up the kill. And oh, that's not good. That's not good. Zyra almost dies as well, but not going to be able to follow it up. Blue team pings out the Nasus, so he's not going to be able to pick up a ward, but he's also stuck out of position, so Hecarim is going to have kind of free reign. He's going to go in towards mid and hope for a counter engage. No, he's actually going to invade. Very dangerous invasion. They didn't ping it out though, and of course they missed the first blood. They are just, yeah, see, I didn't even think, oh, he ghosted, that's why. Spirit Fire, wow. Frank. That's embarrassing. She clearly still had her shop open, and that's one of the big things. You would think that after some time, after it happens multiple times, you would not do that. So I've seen it happen to so many people. It's even happened in professional games. Oh, really nice flash. Still knocked her back a little bit, but she was able to successfully get out of it. And oh, that's a nice stun, and this is not going to be good for Shyvana. Taric's going down really low. He is ignited, but he's going to heal himself. And Taric picks up the kill with the ignite himself, stays alive. Hecarim gets an assist, and that was a beautiful play for the blue team. Really nice counter engage. They are still going to be, oh, they're actually ahead. Very surprising. Ooh, Wither's so dirty. I hate Wither. It's like one of the most annoying spells in the game for sure, just because it continually slows you. It starts out, oh, this sucks, I'm slowed, and then it just gets worse and then it gets worse, and then it gets worse. You're like, ah. Because usually when you get slowed, you just kind of sit there like, oh crap, I'm slowed. This is really not good. But then when you get withered, it's just like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. It's one of the worst feelings. It really is. Because you know that there's no way you can get away. You're just going to have to take the punishment and hope you survive through it. Even if you have flash, it's really, really difficult to get away from a wither gank. It's pretty much worse than a stun. It's pretty close, except for the fact that you can auto attack and cast spells and stuff, but still. Ooh, Hecarim come down in the bottom. He's not quite level 6, so he's not going to be able to do too much. And ooh, a nice polymorph coming down, and that is going to be just a little bit of damage on Zyra, and boop, 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 boop. Boop. Nice kill. Oh, Varus going to go down, and yes, Lulu picks up the kill. That is going to be a 2 for 0 in favor of the blue team, and beautiful play. They knew that Zyra was going to go down. They're like, hey, let's just give it to Hecarim. Let's take out the Varus. And that's exactly what they did. And it was really good teamwork coming out from a solo queue team. Definitely not something you see very frequently, if at all. Well, I guess we have seen it quite a bit, but it's just not something you see often. It's very, very shocking to see that type of play. But that just goes to show you that a lot of the basic, like this is what you need to play type of skills, just like the basic skills, those, the basic level is increasing to a higher standard. So we're going to see a lot more different types of players as far as doing different things, better coordination between teams. You'll see a lot of stuff like that. Oh, a nice stun Shatter Dazzle combo coming out. Diana's coming in from the top, and this could be really bad. Oh, she misses the Crescent Strike. That is not going to be good. He's going to be able to get a nice set of damage. Shyvana throws down her ult, and wow, is she going to be able to get away? No, she doesn't. Diana picks up the kill. She throws on the Crescent Strike, but does not have a charge of her ultimate. Let's get it back. Lunar Rush was not available, unfortunately. She is going to continue going on him, but he's level 6. He has his ultimate, so he could bait her in pretty easily. And I don't know if he would be able to kill her, but it would be very dangerous and very painful if she was able, or if she went in there. Let's see if we can get to live or anywhere close to it. That would be great. Kill the plants. It's like plants or zombies. Owen is he a zombie? I don't know. Ooh, nice job. Zyra almost going down. Zyra's at 38 HP. She's barely going to get out of that. No, the Varus would have stopped the ultimate if she was even level 6. But in the meantime, Shyvana getting ganked from the back once again, but gets peeked out by this ward. Beautiful ward placement. They're like, hey, something's going down. And now, while Varus is going down at the bottom, gets tower dove. Nidalee coming out from the back, but at the same time, Diana is coming in. She is not fast enough, and there's still some damage coming in here. And there's a lot of damage going all over the map. Shyvana may be going down. Yes, she does the ignite, takes her down, and the tower is also going to fall. Blue team is definitely picking up quite an advantage, up 3,000 gold, up a tower, and they're really starting to smash down these lanes. Taric is able to keep up in farm, luckily, with the Shyvana, which is kind of surprising, but he's also gotten a lot of ganks, which has helped significantly. So Shyvana's died 3 times, and she still has about the same CS as Taric, which is good job by her, but you know, Taric isn't the best farmer in the game, of course, so he has a little bit of issues. Red team trying to mitigate a little bit of the damage that's been going on to them, so Susan's actually going to use his ultimate to help farm, which is not something you see very often. His ultimate's very powerful and very useful as well, especially for ganking, and it's on a pretty long cooldown, so I'm not exactly sure what the reasoning was behind that, but I guess just to help tank the dragon. That makes sense. I just don't know if I necessarily agree with it. They weren't in any danger, and I'm not sure if they exactly knew that though. Ooh, we do have a nice engage going on in Italy, but there's not going to be too much. After 2 Lunar Rushes, there's not really anything you can do to Italy since she pounces so regularly. It makes it almost impossible to catch up to her. There's very few champions that can catch up to in Italy. It's like Zillion with 40% cooldown reduction, and not too many Cassidon, possibly. If he has a lot of mana, definitely he can catch up. But other than that, oh, Diana's coming from the back. Is she going to get away with it? No, Nidalee's coming in. She has the pounces. She is spotted out by the sword and she gets pinged out. And they know that she went across that wall or over the wall. Diana's going to go right back to him and she's like, you know what? Not worth it. I'm just going to take the CS and apply pressure to your tower. And yeah, that's exactly what she's doing. She used Luna Rush just to get closer into there and put down an insane amount of damage. But Nidalee is so fast, she's able to use those brushes and her passive, which helps significantly. At the same time, with her, it looks like 90 caliber net really helping out. Oh, she actually used Flash. The ultimate coming out from Caitlyn. He can do quite a bit of damage to Varus. He blocks it for the Zyra, which is kind of surprising. And then I missed the kill. Looks like they fixed the rewind. Ooh, they're sticking in this brush. Oh, wow. Didn't actually do the right one. That is giving me a lot of damage. Is she going to be able to get away? I don't think. Woo! Get trampled. If this was Magic the Gathering, I believe that would be trample. Wow, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to talk anymore. That was pretty bad. That was actually probably the worst thing I could have said. It was borderline the worst thing I've ever said in my entire life, but whatever. You'll deal with it. Diana getting absolutely slaughtered. Absolutely. She took like a tenth of her health and damage, which is impressive. Taric just spamming Shatter pretty much as frequently as possible. He has that mana immune, and he's still quite a bit away from anything else, but every auto attack will help. Which is actually really nice because every auto attack will help regain his mana as well as lower his cooldown reduction. So his auto attacks are pretty strong right now. Ooh, nice Shattered Acid combo. Gonna throw on the heal to himself. And Shyvana takes quite a bit of damage. Actually comes out on bottom of that exchange. And in the meantime, Hecarim almost goes down in mid lane. Only has a Spirit of the Elder Lizard and that Ninja Tabby. I'm excited to see what he ends up buying in the long run. But wow, Shyvana's Twin Bite does quite a bit of damage. Oh, where they're coming out directly onto Diana. Is Diana going to try to battle this out? Oh, nice wither, but oh, this is not good. Shatter with it. Oh my god, now she's gonna have to flash over the wall. She doesn't flash for another 35 seconds. That is definitely not gonna work. Almost kills Shyvana at the same time, but the plants are just a little bit too much damage. Good job by Nidalee being able to pick up that kill. Very useful kill. Hecarim coming in. Oh, pony trampled. Dun 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 dun. Yep, get trampled. I wonder if Hecarim's actually going to push to the tower. It seems like he will. He may push past tower. No, he's actually going to ping the tower, take a tower shot because he can. But in the meantime, blue team is still at the door of the second tower, almost taking it down at this point already. There's just been so many jungles coming out, but Nidalee's coming out from the back. She is spotted out by the sword, and wow, beautiful 90 caliber net, but right into the spear. That is going to be an ignite, and wow, very, very dead on her part. Now they see 4 members of the red team here. They're going to instantly, blue team's going to be able to take this top tower, and Nidalee's going to do as much damage as possible. Wow, that was a huge spear. Boom. Auto attack not quite going through. Nice job on that. There's I can't believe that she's actually able to survive that. That was, oh wow. And she got the kill. That, wow. He missed his hail of arrows, which is kind of depressing. You should have shot it here to cut off her escape so that she would have just ran right into the Nasus. That would have been a much better decision. Instead of shooting it where Nasus would have been and trying to steal the kill, we should have tried to coordinate with the team and use the positioning. And that would have been, a lot of people would do that. Oh wow, Diana taking a lot of damage. Is she going to be able to survive? Yes, she barely does with the assistance of her shield. Nothing to laugh about. Serious business. Top tower on the red side did actually go down as well in that whole mix of different situations. And yes, they're pinging out for this dragon. And are they going to go out for it? It's possible. Nice hit on the spear, but wow, that's a ton of damage. And holy cow, Zyra goes down almost instantly. And that is she's gonna be able to throw her ult before she goes down. But oh my gosh, the tentacle rape coming out from Varus, doing so much work. And Caitlyn, I don't know if she's going to be able to get out of here. Boom! That is going to be the spear for the kill. The blue team's just kind of running into stuff at this point. And I don't know if they're going to be able to fight this. I mean, there's 3 members of the red team, but the blue team is still too powerful. Oh, ow, that hurts so bad. Middle turret goes down. Blue team's still doing a great job as far as towers go. So as long as they keep that up, that is definitely going to keep them in the winnings for this match. So let's see, so far at top lane, we do have Taric down by about 20 CS. Titan kills up by 1 assist. Taric's definitely behind. Just kind of... it's kind of expected, I guess. I don't know. I hate to say that, but it is a very interesting pick, and it's not common, but a lot of times these champions aren't used in certain lanes for a reason, and one of the reasons is that he's just not all that great at farming. He's kind of safe because he has Shatter, but one of his main defense spells is also one of his main offensive spells, which makes it very difficult to do because he has to Shatter in order to get a lot of damage, but he needs that Shatter to survive a lot of the damage. And Caitlyn's doing as much damage as she can, speaking of damage. I don't know if she's going to do anything. Hecarim comes out from the back, gets snared by the Grasping Roots, gets polymorph, but oh, barely missed, and a nice tank on that. Hecarim is going to go in as hard as possible onto this Nasus, but wow, those spears are landing left and right. Hail of Arrows slowing him down even more. But, oh, Diana picks up the kill on the Nasus. Oh, the spear not quite landing. And, oh, Caitlyn is almost dead. Taric's coming in doing what he can, which is not going to be much. Ooh, nice snare on the Taric. Taric goes down almost instantly, gets ulted by. Oh, throws on the Shattered Assault and the spear. Snipe pop from Nidalee. Nidalee picks up the Hecarim as well. And wow. This is not looking good. Nidalee is starting to get really, really fed. And if she gets to the point where she's that fed, oh my god, it's not going to be good for the other team. There's so much poke coming down from Nidalee. She already has some Morello and Alma combo, so her cooldown reduction is insane. Her mana regen is pretty good with that Tear of the Goddess. Sword shoots, so she does the damage that she needs to. They got another dragon. That should be the 2nd dragon of the game, I believe, that went directly to the red team. There's just so much. Wow, she's threading the needle between these minions like it's nothing. And that, wow, Diana absolutely blew up that Nidalee. And oh, a nice polymorph with the shield from Lulu. Gonna keep Diana alive. Picks up the kill. Shuts down the killing spree. Beautiful play, even with Nasus there. Throwing on the Wither and doing everything he could. It still wasn't enough. Diana just did way too much damage. That Nashor's Tooth is really starting to help these Dianas. It's become a very popular build lately. Nice 90 caliber net, trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. Once you get Withered, you know that you have to move as fast as possible until you cannot move anymore, and then you can move. But it's pretty bad. The ultimate harass, boom! Actually didn't do any damage to Zyra. Well, it did, but it did 200 damage. Which is not a lot for an ultimate. It's supposed to do like almost 400. Did almost half that. This is kind of depressing because she's a support. She only has like 60 armor or 40 armor, 60 armor. But it's just not common. Ooh, those spears from behind the wall, those blind spears, definitely going to prove to be quite the torture. Quite the torture case, but Shyvana in the meantime throws out her ultimate, going up against this Diana. Is she going to survive? No, boom, and uses the flash. Great job baiting out that flash. Well, not really bait it out on purpose, but great way to force the flash and then turn it into a waste. It was all for naught. And blue team's kind of poking on the Baron. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, they decided that it was also not a good idea. It's 20 minutes, 20 seconds. They're only up by 2,000 gold. So going for Baron is definitely not the ideal situation that they want to be in. In the meantime, Hecarim, oh, and a beautiful flash from Varus. That is going to help the Hail Varus is going to slow him down. Is he going to be able to get away? It looks like he will. Wow, that flash was just absolutely perfectly timed. You don't have much time once he starts his Onslaught of Shadows to flash out of there. I don't think it's quite as fast as Maokai's ult, which is also very difficult to flash out of. But I think the AoE of the area of effect that Hecarim's ult does is a little bit bigger. Either way, it's very impressive. Grasping Roots hitting 2 members of the blue team, which is definitely going to help. Hecarim takes out the second bottom tower. Now the blue team is going for the second bottom tower in mid lane. Wow, Zyra goes down almost instantly, gets absolutely destroyed. And oh, there's not going to be quite enough health for them to continue. And wow, Diana goes in, and that is a really hardcore Diana. She's going to flash away, doesn't quite take the damage. Ignite is at 62, 72 HP, 81. Not going to be able to finish it. Oh. Lulu ends up going down, and in the meantime, wow. Yes, 2B will go down. Caitlyn picks up the tower as well as the kill on Shyvana. Shyvana kills Caitlyn. Oh, sniper! Spear once again poking down, just picking up those stragglers. The thing that sucks is that she wasn't able to do any real harass at the beginning of the fight. It was all at the end of the fight, and that's like the second time it's happened. Although the second time she still had teammates to help her out a little bit. Or the first time she had teammates to help her out. The second time she did not. So, I don't know what she plans to do. The team really needs to be able to either engage really hard so she can just poke from the end and heal. And I think she's actually a pretty good pick with Varus, because Varus does have his Blight, his Blighted Quiver. So those Blight stacks, they will definitely be affected by her heal, because her heal increases the attack speed of people that it heals by a pretty significant amount, which is always really nice. So healing Varus, making him attack faster, and then he can throw out some spells, doing a little bit of burst damage a lot quicker. Yes, 60% attack speed. 60%, that is a lot of attack speed. 60, we're talking 60%. That's almost like a Blood Boil, except it doesn't increase movement speed as well. But, well, it's almost like the old Blood Boil, I should say. But old Blood Boil, I think it was only 50. Now it's 60 for Nidalee, which is still insane. That's a ridiculous amount of attack speed. And that's a lot. That's a really expensive item. The fact that she's AP, she's also healing for a very, very nice chunk. Just over 400, almost 450 she's healing for. Which is a spell possibly too, or an auto attack from a Fed 80 carry. It's hard to say. And now the red team is able to apply a little bit of pressure. Tower shot's not really going to affect Shyvana all that much. Neither is it going to affect the Nasus at all. Ooh, tried to get the shatter on him, but was not able to. Not like it really would have done much of anything, but it's still nice to have a little bit of tiny extra damage on people that you want to have damage on. Or waste Nidalee's mana, or something along those lines. Yeah, top lane Shyvana is now up by about 70 CS. She's up by 70, 7-0. That's ridiculous. Shyvana's doing a wonderful job. Taric's lacking a little bit behind. He has some armor, he has some magic resist. He's getting pretty tanky. I don't know if it's going to cut it. As far as the jungle goes, blue team's finally going to be able to get Dragon, it looks like. Yes, they do. And yeah, as for the jungle, Hecarim's... wow, Hecarim's actually doing a really good job in the jungle. He's gotten 4 more kills, 2 less assists, but that's okay. Ooh, Hecarim's going to get pinged out in this jungle. That is not going to be good. He also gets spotted out by just that one trap that Nidalee put down. just to make him think that there might not be a ward there. But now that there is a ward there, and the blue team does not know for sure, then that's going to be good. But the red team is now pinging off for Dragon. What they don't know is that the blue team already took it. But Hecarim's up by about 50 CS, which is definitely going to be helpful, as well as those 4 kills. So he's definitely a lot more fed than this Nasus is. Although the Nasus has quite a bit of extra physical damage onto his Q. So that Siphoning Strike is going to be doing quite a bit of damage here pretty soon. It's already up to about 350 damage, and also resets the auto attack timer. Ooh, almost had a nice spear on there. That would have been a really, really good spear. Spear the tower! Spear the tower! Oh my gosh, that spear almost killed Caitlyn completely. Definitely needs to get healed after that, and ooh, one more spear could easily kill Caitlyn. Nidalee's doing so much damage right now. Caitlyn's ult still isn't really doing anything. She doesn't have any penetration, armor pen. Well, those spears are just getting super deadly now. Trying to heal up as much as possible, but wow, it's just not working out. Hecarim coming in. Is he going to use Onslaught of Shadows? He could get it on a good 3 people, but no, they decided to back off. They didn't have everybody there. Varus throws out his poke, and it's not going to be enough. Blue team is going to stop the red team's push and just kind of do what they need to do. They're trying to stay in the game as much as possible. Diana's up quite a bit in CS, though, in mid lane, as far as mid lane goes. Nidalee's up by 1 kill, but Diana is up by 50 CS. So that's easily that 1 kill. Easily. Doing a great job. So let's see if we have Diana at 11,000 with Nidalee at 10,000. So yeah, about 1,000 gold difference. Not going to be anything significant except for maybe a blasting wand or a completion of an item, that type of thing. But they are going 2 completely different builds. I mean, the only thing that's really in common is the Sork Shoes and the Death Cap, which is pretty standard for any AP carry. You almost need a Death Cap for everybody, regardless of who it is. Caitlyn doing a great job, but wow, the spear taking him down, the Onslaught of Shadows going through the wall, going to be doing a lot of damage, and that is going to be a beautiful ultimate, snaring 3 people from Varus. Wow, and another spear coming down. Shyvana comes in, going to get a huge breath of fire. Boom! Another spear for the kill, and wow. Shyvana picks up a kill on Taric, and Varus picks up Diana. That is not going to be good. Wither now going down on Lulu. Lulu's going to sacrifice herself. She's going to try to stay alive, but bam, that is not going to be anywhere close. I actually popped. Oh, she had a shield on. It must have been Ionian. Or the Ionic shield. I don't even remember what it's called anymore. Lockets of Iron Solari. There we go. Not a good situation. Blue team loses another tower, and while the red team's team fights right now is absolutely insane. The only thing that the blue team got was a freaking Zyra. And Zyra's not a good. That's not a good pickup. That is going to be the first inhibitor tower as well as inhibitor of the game. They don't even have Baron left, and now the red team is pinging off Baron. They're like, hey, might as well. We're winning every team fight. There's nothing they can do, which is almost true. I mean, Nidalee hit like 4 or 5 spears in a row, which was insane. Ooh, gets picked up by a trap. Oh, nice. Nidalee could have speared. That is not going to be good. Wither now coming down. Onslaught of Shadows going through the wall once again. Doing as much as possible. Nidalee picks up Caitlyn with another long-range spear. And the hail of arrows doing as much damage as possible. Diana doing as much as she can. Actually flashes out of the fight. And that is, she's going to go right back in. Taking as much damage. Kills Varus. Varus takes her down in the meantime. And the spear from Nidalee is going to pick it up in the end. Beautiful job. Nidalee dominating with 12 kills. 3 deaths, 8 assists, and this is just absolutely beautiful. Great comeback from the red team so far. They're now up by 2,000 gold and on their way to going for Baron. team's now pinging off for the Baron. Are they going to be able to get there in time? It's taking them a while to pick it up. I don't know what they're going to do. They don't have any ultimates that go crazy. Yeah. Nothing that the blue team can do about that. The red team has Baron. I don't know if everybody got it. Did Varus get it? No, he did not quite get it. He was off by about a second. Did not quite get it. It's always disappointing when that happens. And wow, the blue team also lost a tower at the top lane. Very disappointing for the blue team. They had this game pretty much on lockdown, but then they just started losing the team fights. I think a lot of it is to do with the lack of presence Taric is doing. I mean, Taric's typically on a team to provide his aura, his armor aura, not to be battly. And so once he goes in there and starts battling, he dies really fast, and then your team does not have that aura. And I think it could have just been better spent on somebody else. Plus, he uses soul lane, 131 CS at 31 minutes, which is terrible. It's just not good. Red team, in the meantime, does take Dragon. They're finally going to go back. They're going to buy. They're going to do what they can, and that is going to be another tower destroyed by Varus. And holy cow, that's a lot of money coming down. It just rained down upon the holy red team. And honestly, don't know what the blue team is going to do to come back. I mean, the game is still close. There's only a 5,000 gold difference. They basically have to hold off this Baron push. As long as they can hold off this Baron push, that's going to be extremely beneficial for them. But as you can see, Hecarim versus Shyvana right there, Hecarim and Taric versus Shyvana was not really doing all that much. Taric does have a Spear Visage, which is going to help him whenever he heals somebody else. It'll heal himself a little bit more anyway. Which is always nice, but I don't know if it's necessary. They do have, you know, 2 APs, but oh, a beautiful job. Untitled Chapter is hitting 3 members of the red team, but that ultimate is popping up everybody. Zyra doing a wonderful job herself, clearly doing a great job of support. Caitlyn taking so many spears to the face, and are they going to be able to pick her up? Yes, they will. Nidalee picks her up, and now it looks like it's only a couple people. Oh, and this could be really bad. That is a surrender vote. It's like, wow, Nidalee could almost just killed herself. Wow, good game. Congratulations to the red team, GG to the blue team. It's very possible that the blue team was starting to kind of rage at each other, but man, the red team just came back and wrecked that game completely. It was absolutely beautiful. Great game. Can't wait to see more. If you guys like the videos, if you like the series, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help. And if you have any requests for champions or players that you would like to see, you know, feel free to make the request. I typically fulfill them as fast as possible. It can be on the EU server or the NA server. I'm really trying to expand my EU, I guess, fan base, you could call it, or whatever. My EU viewers, I'm trying to please them a little bit more. I just don't know a lot of the really good solo queue players over there. So if any of you guys are from the EU scene or know any of the really top ELO players or top ranked players, let me know, and I'll definitely try to get those. And you know, the metas are completely different, so it could be really interesting for a lot of the NA viewers on top of that. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.